So anyway, did you notice, we heard this from Virat Kohli, he said, listen, we like to shut out the outside noise, we can isolate ourselves when it comes to all the criticism, all the talk that's happening outside. What then prompted the things like, Rohit Sharma for any other team wouldn't have batted any lower than as an opener. This talk of that left arm pacer, all this talk was from the outside. All this pressure of India losing to New Zealand was from the outside. Did you get a feeling that they did allow that outside noise to affect their decisions?
Well, the fact of the matter is that this outside world is not soundproofed. If it was soundproofed, then you certainly wouldn't hear any noise at all. But this world, I mean, it's not a question of your room or your house or your den, which you can have soundproofed. The world outside is soundproof. Somebody or the other is going to be saying something or the other, which you are going to hear. So to say that you're shutting out the outside noise is easy, because what it tells you is that we don't care what you say, which is fair enough. That is, which is understandable, that they don't want to be influenced by what has happened. But sometimes, an outside perspective does help. An outside perspective where you can be, able to consider that, look, maybe there is some sense in what the outside perspective is. And maybe at that particular point of time, sometimes you get into that little cocoon and where you say, no, we don't want. But again, more than anything else, over the last two matches, I just want to say that Pakistan and New Zealand were absolutely brilliant. It just didn't allow India to play the game that we all know that they're capable of. And you've got to give credit to them more than to try and, put our players down. It happens. So often our players have also done the same thing. Our teams have not allowed the opposition to play their natural game. And this time they're sort of,
right,
wasting their own medicine.
Right, so anyway, because you talk about, it can happen, the other team plays well, but the issue here is really, that lack of clarity that we saw with the Indian team. As I said, these are things they wouldn't have done under normal circumstances. Virat Kohli would have never not batted at number 3. Rohit Sharma would have not opened. Where does this lack of clarity that comes from, which is very evident from the outside? Is it a case of too many cooks, because you've got a captain in waiting, you've got a coach, you've got a mentor, too many cooks then?
The only person who has to take a call is the captain. Yes, he will listen to everybody. That is what good captains do. Good captains listen not just to the senior members, but sometimes even to the junior most member. Somebody who's making his debut, they listens to him and then tries to absorb what he's saying, and then sponge it in and then take a call. And look, we have got the benefit of hindsight. And if Ishan Kishan had batted brilliantly, had blazed away to a 60 or a 70, we all would have said, oh, what a fantastic move to send Ishan Kishan up the order. But most importantly, what that did, it didn't come off. Yes, so that's why we are talking the way we are. But what it did was it actually sent a signal to New Zealand that Rohit Sharma is not keen to face Trent Boult. Now, that's not the kind of signal you want to send to the opposition. And then eventually he did come in, and he could have got out first ball, but he was lucky to survive, but wasn't able to capitalize on it. So yes, there may be too many people in that change room, and there's nothing wrong with that many people, because the more information you get, the better it is. But to assimilate it and to take a decision has always got to be the captain's call.
All right, you can have too many people, as Sunil Gavaskar says there. But if Rohit Sharma is batting at number 3, whether that is on his own accord or not, the fact is the buck stops with the captain. So questions then will be asked of the captain itself. Because when you win, all the accolades also go to the captain. Sunil Gavaskar, thanks so much.